Hi. Good morning. How are you? Are you doing good? I believe everyone is okay. During my school days, my favorite subject was history. I'm a guy who loved to know the past events at some point to such an extent that I could just read other things on my own. Something that would be like a outside scope of our work at the time, school work at that time. So I was very interested in the Zulu kingdom, the Zulu monarchy. It was a very interesting experience to read and to know what was happening in the Zulu kingdom at that time. But Zulu kingdom, it started as a minor, like a small ethnic group, but it was well established during the time of Shaka. During the time of Shaka Zulu. You know, before I could talk much about that, you know, Zulu is one of the Nguni group. So the Ngunis include people like the Swazis or the Swazis, also include the Xhosas and the Veles. The Xhosas originated from Central Africa, and then they migrated down to Southern Africa, which is now South Africa, right? Then the Zulu originated from East Africa, particularly in let me just say East Africa, Malawi and other stuff, Ethiopia, and then they migrated to modern day KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. And then the Swazis or the Swazis, they migrated and part of East of Africa, the part of East of Africa, coming to east of South Africa, Swaziland and modern day Mpumalanga. And then the Ndebelés, we shall talk about them, but they migrated from, it was like a branch. Some of the people come from, actually most of them, they come from KwaZulu-Natal. They migrated down there to Mpumalanga, and some went to Zimbabwe. But we shall talk about that in future. So starting from Shaka was the son of Senzangakona. Shaka, from there, Senzangakona was the chief of the Zulu kingdom. He also took the chieftains from Jama, and then Jama also took the chieftains from Gomedi. Going like that. But it was just a small group, small chieftains, but it was well established during the time of Shaka Zulu. was his father's, I cannot say favorite son, but the bravest son. He was the younger one. He was younger to Sukujana. So normally, in normal circumstances, when the father died, the first child should take the chieftains, should inherit the chieftains. But in this case, when Senzangakona died, Sukujana was supposed to be the king. But this was not to be. Then there was this guy. Who is this guy? Dingiswai. Dingiswai was Shaka's military father. So he helped Shaka a lot through advising Shaka to take the chieftains from his elder brother Sukujana. And finally, he became the king, Shaka. Shaka was an ultimate decision maker. Things changed from that time. From that time, everything was changed. In Zulu, you could pay taxes by that time. People were forced to pay taxes. If you've got 10 cows, you need to pay one. If you've got more than 10 cows, you need to have one, which you give to the king. So by that time, he had a lot of cattle, thousands of cattle by that time. So by that time, the king would just call like functions, imicimbi, that was being held there, maybe even 5 times a year. Each and every season they could do different kind of gathering, and because of that, those cows, they could slaughter a lot of cows and people could enjoy the meat by that time. So Shaka was a very, very ruthless king. He was a very ruthless king. So he was kind of a cruel leader by that time, most powerful on all the Ngunis. So they could know from all those Nguni tribes that there's a king that side. So they could normally pay the courteous visit to them, getting advice and guidance on their groups. So then the Wele kingdom, it was also established in such a way that by that time Shaka had his soldiers, the military. The military was the one which was used to go and collect cattle, forcefully take the taxes from farmers and other stuff. But by that time, it was mainly focused on cattle ranching. So the soldier could travel maybe around 200 to 300 kilometers barefooted to collect cattle. So by that time, he had Mzilikas. Mzilikas was the son of Mashowan. Mashowan was also the son of, in that lineage of the Zulu on the other house. So they were collecting cows. So he was the commander, Mzilikazi. Mzilikazi was the commander of that powerful arm in the Zulu. So they could travel from KwaZulu-Natal to Limpopo to forcefully collect cattle. So by that time, Mzilikazi, when they went to the side of Giani, past Mpumalanga, they collected a lot of cattle. By that time, I could tell you around 1,000 cattle. Mzilikazi was the commander of that regiment. So they decided to say, no, ish, we better we start our own lives, because ish, this shaka, what is doing to us, it's just too much. It's just too much. Imagine traveling about 800 kilometers to KwaZulu-Natal from Guyana. It's better we run away. And then during that night, Mzilikazi instructed his soldiers, all of them that were now going to jump Limpopo, they went to Limpopo and went to a place called Gwanda. That's where they initially settled. So from there, that's when the Ndebele kingdom started. So the Ndebeles are from the Zulus by blood. Yeah. The Ndebeles were not like Quakers. You find that they were only, the men in particular, they were mainly brave in terms of just taking. They were just taking. So you could give you things and then they just take. So that's the work which they were doing under Mzilikazi by that time. So I think I'm gonna just tell you more of this African history. Yeah. Thank you very much. Enjoy your time.